Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. Listen, let's be real for a second. A lot of us came into 2025 with high expectations of completing our goals. Our energy was high, our dreams were high. We were on track. But somewhere along the way, life started doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Lifing. Off track, bills piled up, inflation didn't come down, and suddenly the goals that we had set in place for ourselves started to deflate. They started to get off track. They started to appear to be out of reach. Guess what? You're not alone in that. But here's the absolute truth: the year isn't over. The year is not over. You have 84 more days to reach the goals that you set. And if you put your mind to it, you can finish strong. Okay. You've got time to refocus, to redirect, realign, and accomplish those goals. What's up, Benny? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. So glad to have you here. So, listen, if you've been feeling stuck, I want you to know that you don't have to spend the remainder of this year feeling that way. You guys, as you come into the room, be sure to say hello so I can see who's here with me. Hey, Miss Jill, how are you? How are you? I hope you're doing well. You got time to decide that your goals and dreams are not going to stay off track. Anybody here that's feeling that way? It might be off track. It might feel like they're off track. But if you're not going to let it stay off track, put that in the comments. Hey, Martessa, welcome, honey. Welcome, honey. You still have time to reach those goals. And you absolutely do not have to wait till the beginning of the year to start. There is magic in starting over. There is magic in doing things differently. And now that you're here and a part of the Nicole Johnson TV and the Wealthy Women Lifestyle community, you don't have to do it alone. Hello, I am the Nicole Johnson, your financial strategist and founder of the Wealthy Women Lifestyle. And I help ambitious women like you budget for your lifestyle so that you can begin to live life on your own terms. And guess what? There is freedom in living that way. There is peace in living that way. And I'm here to tell you, once you get there, you will be more determined to stay there. Okay? All right. So I want to start tonight by reminding you that you are not behind. You are right where you're supposed to be. See, he was not surprised by all the things that happened. And the truth is, sometimes we really do get so busy trying to survive. You know what we forget to do? Strategize, right? We forget to have that strategy in place to help us get back on track. But don't worry, I'm your strategist. I'm here to help you do that. I'm here to sometimes, and my community will tell you, I'll do it for you, but I will absolutely hold you accountable to taking the steps so that you reach your goal. So let's start with, and yes, I have my notes here to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay. All right. Sometimes it feels like you're in that space where you're doing a lot of things, you're busy, you're moving and shaking, but you know what? Feel like you're still standing still. You haven't taken in, you feel like you haven't made any progress. If that's resonating with you, put me in the comments. If you feel like you're doing all of these things, you're busy, but you haven't made any progress, or you've made some progress, but not as much as you like to have made. Okay. So it's either that you haven't made any or you haven't made enough. Okay, I see those me's in the comments. I see them. I see them. And listen, I understand. We're focused on trying to make ends meet while the costs keep going up, right? You're working a job that's not paying you, or at least not paying you what you deserve. And some of you are feeling unfulfilled by the work that you do every day. Hey, Zell, how are you? How's my number one fan over there? Is she doing well today? I hope she had a great day at school. I hope she did. Sometimes you're waking up trying to figure out how Big Mama made $1 out of 15 cents. If you on the other side of 50, you already know what that means. Like, how am I going to stretch that paycheck hit on Friday? It's Tuesday. I gotta go the rest of this week and next week. How am I going to make it? Some of us are wondering that, right? And in this day and time, in the atmosphere and the environment that we are living in, people are furloughed, right? And they don't know when or if they get to go back to work, right? And so it is a trying time. And in the midst of all of that, you're still trying to take care of yourself, show up for your family, be the everything that everybody else needs, and still work on you. And it's a struggle. It is a struggle. It can be hard as I don't know what, and I understand. Okay, I understand. So, how many of you realize that you can't keep burning the candle at both ends like that? Say me. I say, I understand. Say me. I understand. You cannot keep running yourself raggedy like that because eventually your body will shut down. You'll feel burned out, you'll begin to withdraw. My community members who are here, they know the first that I always tell them, I can always tell when something is going wrong with them and going on or going the way that is not supposed to be going, because the first thing they do is withdraw and disappear. And then I gotta go look for them, and they don't like it when I look for them. They don't like it when I look for them, right? Because I know that they are equipped with the tools that they need to keep from withdrawing and disappearing. But yet, life can feel so heavy that that's our first instinct. We're not always used to somebody being there, that somebody's going to be there that where we can lean in. And it's hard. It is hard. But you know what? When I grab hold of them, I snatch them up real good and tell them, okay, this is the point where we reset. This is where we reset. And if you heard me earlier today, I started this, I set the tone for today to remind you to give yourself grace for and during the reset, right? There is magic in starting over. You don't start from scratch, you start from experience. And so when you do it the next time, or even the next time, you may run into some problems, you may run into some issues, but it's not the same one because you learned a lesson back there and you know what to avoid. Life is going to do those things. It's always going to do those things. You are responsible for how you prepare for life and how you respond to those things. That's it. You can't control it. Okay. And resets allow you to realign. It allows you to lean into those to give you energy, to help you focus on the positive things, to remind you that you know what, it may not be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. What needs to happen is that you make a step further, you go a step further, you make more steps this time than you did last time, which is progress over perfection. If you understand that concept, type it in the chat. Progress over perfection, because none of us are perfect. We're not going to get everything right. We are going to make some mistakes. And those are things that you learn from. That's all. You might make the same mistake 57 times, but on number 58, you finally get it right. And that's what we celebrate. It's your progress over perfection. Okay. It is progress over perfection. And when you wrote your goals at the beginning of the year, These were the things that were important to you. For some people, it was, increasing my savings. You know, that does not fly with me. I am going to increase my savings by this amount of money by this date. We need to have a goal. It needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable. It needs to be attainable. Okay. It needs to be all of those things so that we're setting ourselves up for success and not failure. Okay. So when you came into this year, you had all these goals and then you hit something. Listen, and I could go on and on about what that list is. We lost a loved one, right? We lost a loved one. Or, you know what? We lost a relationship. And that relationship had been going on for so long that it really took a lot out of you to reset yourself. Okay. There are some family disagreements and it really took a toll on you, right? It might be the stress and the heaviness from the job. In the workforce, there are a lot of people dealing with a lot of things, rifts, termination, forced termination, all sorts of things. We won't get into all of those things. Good evening, Gina. Good evening. We won't get into naming all of those, but life has been doing all the things. And for some people, they're in a hurry to see 2025 going by. I understand, but it doesn't have to be that way. You are in a position to change your mindset and reset yourself to achieve your goals. Okay. The things that were important to you are still important to you. All right. So it's not necessarily just about rewriting the goals, right? It is the approach to achieving the goals. Can we say that? Say it's the approach. Type that in the chat for me that it's the approach. Okay, it's the approach. Sometimes you have to shift, just like when you're driving from point A to point B. You know what? All that construction up there or that accident that just happened, and we don't even have EMS on the site. You know what? I need to take another way around. I need to detour. It's the approach. Okay. And sometimes you need a better plan, a different plan. What you don't need to do is panic. And as a part of the Wealthy Women Lifestyle community, they know not to panic. And if they panic just a little bit, they know how to get a hold of themselves and lean into their sisters that are there so that they don't stay in panic mode long, right? They don't stay in panic mode long. And so when you have your mindset on restructuring, resetting, now you can go about your reset a different way. Again, it's the approach. But some of us are struggling with having an approach. So Nicole, if I don't know what to do, what do I do? I don't know what to do. So what do I do? Well, I'm glad you asked. You guys always ask such amazing questions. Well, I created the Money Reset Experience just for that reason. I want you to come together with me on Monday and Tuesday, October 20th and 21st. We're going to spend some time together getting you back on track. You can register for the event at www.moneyreset.com. And when we get inside of that community, let me tell you, we're going to uncover things that are keeping you stuck because sometimes we, me, we are our own hindrance. We are the problem. But go ahead, type it in the chat. Say, I am the problem. All right, go ahead. Listen, I'm right there with you. Go ahead. Hold on, my turn. I am the problem. Okay. Come on, come on. It's okay. You can say it. You can admit it. I go first. I am the problem. I am the problem, right? And sometimes I have to get out of my own way to do things differently and do them better. Okay. I have to do things differently and I have to do them better. And so sometimes I need to be held accountable for my reset. And I'm going to hold you accountable for your reset. Not because things have gone wrong in life, not because things didn't work out. I'm holding you accountable for your reset. but I'm also giving you a roadmap to getting it done. Okay. Um, when I start looking at how to reset, this isn't a purge. This isn't throw everything away and start over from scratch. Nope. It is about helping you sit down and gain clarity. And clarity, as my coach tells me all the time, clarity comes in the doing. And so when you start doing things differently, you start realizing, you know what, this is a better way to do it. Not necessarily right, not necessarily wrong, just a better way to do it because I want different results, right? I want different results. Okay. And you got 84 days left in 2025. 84. A lot can happen in 84 days. Really, a lot can happen in 7 days. And that what happens in 7 days can be the starting point of the reset. What happens in that next 7 days is a continuation of the reset. What happens 7 days after that can be a complete turnaround. They say it takes 21 days to change a habit. You can have a lot happen to you and you can change your status, your position, where you are, honestly, in 7 to 21 days. So guess what? If you got 84 days left, you still got plenty of time. Don't give up on yourself. That's the one thing that you don't need to do. But you also don't need to put pressure on yourself. I got to get it now. I got to get it now. I got to get it now. We've got to get out of that microwave mentality because you don't have to get it right now. You just need to start. I want you to say this to yourself. I'm not applying pressure. I'm creating a plan. I'm not applying pressure. I'm creating a plan. Okay. I want you to say that as a reminder when you tell yourself that I am a masterpiece, right? I am a masterpiece and I am not applying pressure. I'm creating a plan. That let that be your daily affirmation. Add that to the script, okay? And the money reset experience is going to be the beginning of your change, of your plan. See, one thing that you don't have to do is make a plan by yourself. Once you get clarity in your finances, your goals, you start to implement, you start to get clarity. And guess what? That's how you start resetting for your future. How does that feel? Benny says, I'm not applying pressure, I'm creating a plan because I am a masterpiece. Absolutely. You ever look at what's considered a masterpiece, the Mona Lisa, all these different artifacts? Guess what? They got all kinds of cracks and crevices and imperfections on them, but they're still considered a masterpiece, right? They're not defect free. You don't have to be perfect to be a masterpiece. And every last one of you, every last one of us is a masterpiece in our own right. I want you to remind yourself I am a masterpiece. I'm not applying pressure to reach my goals. I'm creating a plan. I want you to remember that. Okay, I want you to remember that. And I also want you to not only plan and prepare to be at the Money Reset experience, I want to invite you to come out and join us for the Vision and Empowerment Retreat in 2026. There have been some phenomenal things happening behind the scenes. And I usually don't tell, and I'm not going to tell tonight, so don't ask. I'm not going to tell tonight, so don't ask. But at the retreat, there are going to be some revelations as to what has happened to bring this event together, right? My community who was here with me in January of this year. Some of them were here in January of 24 which was the very first retreat here in Dallas. I did them a lot when I was in Birmingham, but that was the first one in 2024 that I did here in Dallas. And it was on the worst travel day of the year. The flights were getting canceled left and right. People who were supposed to leave out on Monday, they left out on Sunday. One of the ladies stayed to Sunday, and we were hoping and praying she made it home safely. But it was just travel wise a really horrible scenario. But on Saturday, when they came together for the event, for the vision boarding, it was a phenomenal experience. We had great weather that day. I could not believe what took place with travel on Sunday and Monday. But on Saturday, the revelations that they had, the bonding that formed, the information that they shared. One of the community members shared with each other that we needed to stop being poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly. I said, oh. I talked to them because I had a business owner that was in the room, a millionaire in her business. Okay. And we were talking about the value of employees and how these jobs just ain't loyal. I tell anybody they ain't loyal, they will select profits, choose profits over people 24/7. And so we need to make sure that we are doing things to supplement our own income. But when she stood there and she told them that as an employer, I will never pay my employee what they're worth. There's no way I can do that. My employees are invaluable, and what I pay them just does not equate to the value that they bring. I would go bankrupt trying to do that. And she wasn't saying that to be harsh or mean. She was saying that as a reality check, right? You accepted this job for a specific reason to do specific tasks, use it for what it's worth. But in the background, on the sideline, behind the scenes, build your own. And I tell you, when we start resetting our mindset to make sure that our goals are being taken care of, whether it be our financial goals, our relationship goals, our spiritual goals, our physical goals, our travel goals, our relaxation, our self help and self care, once we start focusing on those goals, listen, listen. Listen, it's the energy that it brings because I'm doing this for me, right? This is mine. This has my name on it. So I leave the job at the job. And when I cross the doors leaving the job, everything else is for me. It's all about me. So when I tell them create streams of income from home, I don't just tell them that they need to do it. And during the retreat, we break down how to do it. Listen, I did not, they were wearing their shirts that said, I did not come to play, I came to win. And that's what we do. When they leave there, when you come and you join us, you leave not just feeling good, but you have a strategic plan. You know what steps to take. You know when to take them. You know that you have a community of others that when you're not sure of what to do and when to do it, you can lean in and somebody's going to be there to help you. Somebody's going to be there beside you to direct and guide you. And then, as if that weren't enough, somebody's going to turn around and take step by step by step by step with you. Not because they feel obligated, not because they feel pity, but because they want to see you win. That is an amazing feeling to be surrounded by people who want to see you win. So when we come together for the money reset experience, we're going to shift our mindset about our goals. We got 84 days left, you guys. 84 days. Put 84 in the chat. Put 84 in the chat. Because during the money reset, we're going to start by taking steps forward to change the rest of the year. And then when we come to the retreat in January, we're gonna dig so deep into it. It's like the verse in that song that says, I'm in my bag like a grandma for her looking for her peppermint. Okay. I'm getting in the bag. We're all walking out with bags. We're all walking out with a plan. We're all walking out with it. You can have as many pretty stickers as you want. You can put as many beautiful stickers on that vision board as you want. But when I tell you that the Mindset Mastery 360 leader is coming, when I tell you that we're going to talk about how to strategically take advantage of the connections that we made, when I tell you that we're going to have somebody that's going to tell you how you are winning when it comes to your sexual health. We grown up in here, so we gonna talk about it, right? And how that sexuality is your power. It is not something to be hidden. It's something to be guarded, but it can be visible. It doesn't have to be restricted. Okay, it used well. Okay, all right, we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna have some fun, right? And then we're gonna move into shifting from where you are in areas where you're broken and unsure, and we're gonna gain clarity. And when you have clarity that comes from doing the things, then your confidence lifts up, it builds up. And now that you've got clarity and confidence, you have positioned yourself to now take control. You control your finances. You control your outcomes. You control how you respond to situations and people around you. Till you've got so much control, your peace cannot be disturbed. Your peace will not be disturbed. And this is how the money reset starts you off for these next 84 days. And that's how the Vision and Empowerment Retreat is going to help you round it out. It's all connected. It is all connected. Okay. And so I want you to get prepared to be with me on October 21st and 20th and 21st, so that the money reset experience helps you take your first step towards your comeback. It'll help you take your first step towards your comeback. If you're tired of wondering how to make ends meet, if you're tired of questioning how to keep going when things feel uncertain, if you're ready to stop starting over every few months, you need a strategic plan. And I'm your strategist. Okay? I'm your strategist. All right? These events are not just another event. Mm-mm. I'm gonna ask my community members, how do you guys have transformations when we have our get-togethers, when we have our meetings? Tell them in the chat. If you have transformation, type transformation in the chat. I didn't come to play. Hey Curtis, how you doing? I'm so glad you're here. How are you? If you all are having transformations, tell them that in the chat for me. And while you guys are doing that, and since Curtis popped on in, I am going to advise you to make sure that you are here next week, next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm releasing a special panel discussion that I had with some gentlemen about men and their mental health and why they don't get therapy. Why is that important? Because, ladies, as much as we want to gain that confidence and have that control, some of us are looking for our life partner. Some of us want to have that life partner so that we have balance and healthy relationships. And just as much as we are cleaning out our emotional junk and our mental junk, guess what? Men need to do the same thing. They need to feel confident and comfortable with having vulnerability, being able to feel that I'm doing well, Curtis, to feel that they won't be judged because they have had trauma too. We have to stop and think. As much as women go through trauma, And sometimes that trauma is at the hands of men. What happened to them that caused them to experience what they experienced, that this is the way they handled it? It deserves to be looked at. Okay. So the men's mental health and why they don't get therapy, panel discussion was a 3 hour session. My gosh. And did they pour? The gentleman did not come to play. And ladies, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I heard a lot. I felt a lot. And so, what I'm going to do is release this series starting next week on Tuesday. Very special noon, midday conversations. And I think you guys should tune in. And the third one will be done on Thursday. And then on next Thursday, I'll recap as we get into our next session of budgeting for your lifestyle. Listen, this channel has undergone such a shift. And what we're going to do over the remainder of this year is going to be nothing less than phenomenal, even if I say so myself. And I do. I absolutely do. So I want you to make sure that you are positioned for your greatness. And I want you to understand, as you close out today, right? As you close out today, please understand you're not behind on your goals. You're not late. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. Okay. And you've got how many days? 84 days left to reach those goals. You might just refocus on one, but by the time you get to the Vision and Empowerment Retreat in 2026, listen, when you leave there, it's going to be phenomenal. The transformations that you're going to experience that come from examining things that you need to really take a hard look at, right? And it's not always pretty to look at our mess, but you won't be looking at your mess alone. It's going to be a very safe space. Promise you. These ladies who were here in January of this year, man, listen. I should have bought stock in Kleenex the way we were passing them around the room. Okay. So make sure you register for the Money Reset experience. That's where your transformation with me will begin. And I'll get you going in the right direction. And once you get that done, then come on to Dallas. Come on to Dallas. And Curtis, you are more than welcome to join us too. Join us in Dallas, where you'll be coming here to release, to relax, and to rejuvenate. But what you'll leave with is clarity, confidence, and control. I cannot wait to see you guys. Who's coming? Listen, who's coming? I know who's coming, but I want to know if you know that you're coming. I can't wait to see you guys at the Money Reset event. And I can't wait to see you here live in Dallas in January 2026 at the Vision Empowerment Retreat. I promise you will not be disappointed.